What's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday or whatever, and pre-Fed day. We've got a Fed meeting going on at 1:30 tomorrow, so we'll definitely be live for that. Definitely be early for that. So thank you for kind of keeping up as we change times and things like that. And we'll wait a little bit here. So what we'll do here is we'll focus primarily on the market close today, some market action, volatility, all that good stuff, and then we'll maybe do a little bit of a study session after the market close. All right. So let me just get this link live for a minute here. Make sure that everything looks good on the stream end of things. That looks good. And yeah, let's check out what's going on. So we've got the VIX. VIX is up again. And looking like a 5% increase in a sea of negative returns. We've got a couple positive returns. So obviously S&P volatility, the index being the VIX, and then we also have NASDAQ volatility being vol-Q, and then the volatility of or the implied volatility of volatility, or the implied volatility of the VIX, I think that's the VVIX, but I'm not 100% sure. So I can definitely look into that as well. And then yep. So and the MOVE index, that's the volatility of the bond market. Bloomberg, I think maybe not, but yeah. So some bond market implied volatility going on over there, and yeah. So volatility up, and returns are negative. So let's check out some other things here. Oh, maybe there's more positive. Maybe the sort. I did a incorrect sort here. Let me just double check that. Okay, yep, oil volatility, oil implied volatility, sorry about that, is up 18%. And then we got the Russell volatility up as well, 6% implied volatility. U.S. 2-year yields, a good proxy for whether or not the Federal Reserve is expected to increase the Fed funds rate. That's over up 3% as well. Looking at the 2-year yield here. Ahead of this Fed meeting coming up tomorrow at 1:30. Let me double check this. And yeah, let's see what's going on. Taking a little bit with the indies. And so we can see that daily volatility looking low. So maybe we'll see some volatility tomorrow as well. Let's get the expected move. That's on a daily setting. Let's get back to a monthly. I usually like to have the center chart like that, and then we'll make sure to do it for roughly the past 2 years there with 27-month sample size. Let me double check on the stream here. That looks all right. Maybe I'll share this link real quick just to inform people that we're live. Here we go. Let's check this, and should be able to share this. Let me double check this link right here. Thank you for bearing with me as I do this. And this should be the proper link here. And let me just share that. Copy. And we can throw this over in the Discord, so this will be up on the Discord as well. And if you're on YouTube, you can see that as well. Let me throw that in the incubator. And all right, so just to let everybody know that we're live, and we're checking out some things here. Yep, so let's check out some 2-year yields continually right here. So make sure that's on a weekly here. Put that on auto. For some reason, no, it's the due. That's what's messing me up a little bit there. And then we can look at the expected move on a week. Okay, so 100-week sample size, And let's check this right here. Entropy seems like it's been increasing over here with the stock sample settings besides the filter set at 99.7. And let me get this over here. And okay, yeah, so and make sure that this is on a daily. We can actually make this a little bit more intraday. We can put that on a 4-hour. And you can see the VRT looking like it's going into trend. Hearst is looking like it's already in a state of trend. And yeah, for 2-year yields, that is interesting. And this correlation is set on the HVP. How about we put that on entropy real quick? HVZ of note, you can see how we're at a negative 0.21 standard deviations, or a negative 0.21 z-score, which is standard deviations away from the mean to simplify what a z-score is. And let's see here. Yep, so this is on monthly, so 12% chance of closing over, and we can also check our values here. So 12% chance of closing this month at a 2-year yield of 75 basis points, around there. So that is interesting. Similarity of returns, not too similar right there. And yeah, so looking at volatility, looks like we're gonna get some room for expansion there. And looking at the MOM 3G, so it might be to the downside. Might see some yields come actually back in line, which might be counterintuitive for some people that are trading, or not even trading, but just looking at that, how all the narrative and things like that. But we're more of a mathematically based or quantitatively based kind of perspective. So that really doesn't matter as much to us. We're just gonna let the tools show us the opportunities, and then we'll take them. So let's see here. What else? Ravencoin climbing back. BITO up 1%. Nat Gas up 0.5%. Let's see, and don't be afraid to drop some tickers in. We'll definitely check some of those out as well. And what else here? Yeah, if you're on Discord, feel free to come through and join general, or join us on YouTube as well. So let's keep moving here. So let's check out let's check out the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ being down today by 1% or $165, and so looking at that, and you can see the entropy drop right here. Similarity kind of dropping as well. MOM 3G with a high R squared, and showing some on the negative side of the MOM, and as well as the ZMA looking negative as well. So definitely looking at more on the negative side of returns, and let's just keep consistent with our sample size of that we've been using. So let's stay at 24. Yep. So that monthly expected move, 12% probability of closing this month at 15,350 about, and looking at that, it looks like entropy is increasing a little bit, and it looks like that we have VRT looking like it's going into a state of mean reversion, and Hearst looks like it as well. And so that's definitely interesting. We've got HVP redlined on our low length, low sample length HVP, and HVR looks like it's above its mean as well. So that's definitely interesting. And yeah, so what else can we check out here? We can also put this onto the mean here. But that's for a weekly time frame. Maybe we can so just to look at this on the weekly, it looks like that this is a improbable move right here for weekly, and for the week to be closing out here, 12% chance of closing at that 15,800, and let's see here. We can look at this right here, and 15,845. So about a 12% chance of closing right there. Make sure that, yeah, 12. Cool. And you can see the ZMA, or not the ZMA, the XEM, dropping below the do, and then also gaining that red coloring. So that is not what you're looking for if you're looking for positive returns on the NASDAQ. But keep in mind the higher time frame, still green and still above its due. So that's of note as well. And let's see what else. Let's check out what the S&P's looking like today. So the NASDAQ was down 1%, and the S&Ps are down close to 2/3%, about 0.6. So yeah, that's definitely interesting. Volatility being high on the 4 hour, and it's definitely in a higher state on the longer sample length, but the shorter sample length is only at a 25, so that's of note. And then HVR is not anywhere near red or near that 100 value on rank. So just looking at historical volatility rank, that's a great metric right there, seeing how that can expand. And the last time that fully expanded was March of 2020. So that coronavirus related dump. So that's interesting, or negative returns. So definitely of note, and entropy is very similar to the NASDAQ. So putting all that together, yeah. So we that 4,606 on the S&Ps is definitely an interesting area where that do is, and you can see how the monthly 12% probability at 4,360. So yeah, so mom 3G looking very similar to the NASDAQ as well. You can see how that moving average, it started to curl negative, and with the ZMA, and looking like we're set up for kind of a bias towards negative returns on the S&P as well. So that's definitely interesting. Let's check out the VIX. That's implied volatility on out of the money S&P options, and you can see on the monthly right there that 12% probability of closing this month at 19. And look at that center line of the distribution as well as the due. That's very interesting how those are lining up as well. Yeah, so looking at things in the weekly, that hit that 12% probability to the upside, or the 12% probability of 2282, and yeah, so kind of still in the range, in that 92% range, and yeah, so that's definitely of note for the week. One thing that I noticed is that the XEM flashed green, and now we're going back into that more negatively biased right there. But looking at the daily, getting up above that due would be interesting at 2330. But this is also implied volatility, so using these tools as much on something like that, I don't really know as much, but anyway, just looking at that, the implied volatility. Let's see, let's check this out on a monthly. Actually, let's see if there's been any type of shift. Yeah, so interesting. You can see how volatility right here flashed in July, and you saw some positive returns in terms of implied volatility on the S&P. So that is of note, and it's looking like on the 4 hour we're getting outside of a random walk there. Right there, you can see that mean reversion, and now it looks like there is some trend going on, but the Hearst and the VRT are a little bit conflicting with their trend versus mean reversion. And historical volatility rank, not the best to use that on a monthly. Let's drop that back down to a daily. And historical volatility rank at a 0.88, so letting us know that things are volatile right now in the VIX. So yeah, VIX, yeah, so a nice VIX move right there. Let's go to some individual. Let's actually pivot to crypto, and we can see Bitcoin, kind of a muted day, 1% move up on Bitcoin, and that XEM has been negative since the 16th of November. Historical volatility rank kind of near its longer term average at a 0.36. So that'll be interesting to see right there. And what else? Looking at entropy is low, very similar to the NASDAQ and S&P. You can see MOM 3G heading up towards positive returns, or towards a positive MOM, and so that is definitely of note. But however, the R squared is low on that, so definitely take that into consideration. And we can see the self-similarity of returns is starting to decrease. So it started to really increase right here on the 11th of December. So this is also a 4-hour chart. So maybe we should make that a 6-hour, a little bit better. And you can see VRT, those values right there are pretty spread out. So looking like things are becoming a little bit less random, and entropy will definitely support that as well. Vlad, if you go to his Twitch stream, calculating wealth on YouTube and Twitch, if you skip to about 30 minutes into the video, that's also there's a link to his Twitch in the description, and he explains entropy very well, about how it's kind of the randomness and how that relates, and he does a great market analysis every day at open. Right, just about there. So definitely check out Calculating Wealth tomorrow, and we'll be sure to be on early for that Fed meeting too. I'll be trying to stream that as well. So let's see what else. Let me just double check on the stream. Cool. Got some viewers. Feel free to drop something in the chat if you wanted to see a ticker or something like that, or a symbol. And yeah, so interesting to see how BITO is up a little bit more. That's the Bitcoin futures ETF, and then Bitcoin itself. So that is interesting. And all right, let's go to some individual. Let's go to ETH too. Why not? And let's see what's going on in the world of ETH. See if there's anything different. Very similar entropy. Very similar historical volatility rank. Self-similarity of returns very low. And what else can we kind of surmise with these BApig tools? If you want to subscribe and get some of the premium tools, such as the EEC, the entropy, MOM 3G, SSR, expected move, probability cones, then definitely hit the link in the bio, and then there's plenty of free tools too if you just want to go over to the indicators tab, and then if you want to check out Bali Pour, of course. And then yeah, so that's where you can find a lot of free scripts. And the EP noting a free script that's earned the honors of on TradingView of editor's pick, and yeah, so that's definitely cool. And let's check out the dollar index. Why not? Let's see what's going on in the world of the dollar versus foreign currencies, such as the euro and Swiss franc, I think, and Japanese yen and all that. So kind of at its monthly midline right there, we can see that the XEM has been positive for a while here, and yeah, the XEM has been positive since the 15th of September. Nice. And then you can see how entropy is relatively low, noted with the green candles, and MOM 3G is moving up here with that R squared looking like it's increasing as well. It is increasing as well, so that's of note. And you can see HVP very, very low, or not, I wouldn't say very low, but definitely muted or just a lower state of volatility for the dollar. And yeah, checking out some things, and then the historical volatility rank as well, showing that. So using the whole suite of volatility metrics that we can pack in here. There's another great volatility tool that I actually want to add to the chart. Let's see if there is room here. Let me see. We'll actually get this over here, and you can pull it up with the functions or the indicators right there. And then we go over to the Marksolator, 1G Poppy, and shout out to Bitcoin Poppy over in the Discord. He's doing a lot of cool things in the DeFi space. And yeah, so this will show us a variance metric coming up right here. I think we'll get it up there in a minute. For some reason, it doesn't want it to load on my chart. We'll get there. I'll take one of these off. But the Marksolator is a great indicator as well. That's one that's included in the all-in subscription. And all right, yeah, all right, there we go. So here's the QCV right here, and we can reset these settings. And that's the original Marksolator right there. And go over to QCV. I think we can increase that, and that just gives us a little bit more data, I think. And then we can go and see that reverts it back to the settings that I had. But anyway, so yeah, checking out some things here. So we can see the QCV is above its EMA. I like to increase the EMA length. Where is that? Yep. So we can increase that, and just to be able to kind of get a longer term average right there. So yeah, dollar currency above that longer term average, and yeah, so definitely something of note. And entropy is decreasing on the weekly too. So that's of note as well. And yeah, so looking at the dollar right here, looking like we're setting up for some more positive returns, but take that in the context of a 12% probability of closing this month at 97.52. So let me get that off there. All right, nice. And yeah, so let's go. Let's go over to some individual symbols. Definitely want to check out Nvidia. Let's go over to Nvidia. GameStop up about 9% after being hit pretty hard these past couple. And yeah, so we can look at Nvidia here. Entropy increasing. Historical volatility rank redlined. And SSR fairly high. Yeah, definitely high similarity of returns on Nvidia. And looking at the MOM 3G, that ZMA being very low. We haven't seen that ZMA be that low on Nvidia since 20th of August 2019, right about there. Maybe March 2021. So that's definitely of note for the daily time frame. And looking at QCV is showing an outlier in terms of the variance, and kind of in relation to volatility, of course. And looking at HVP has definitely room to expand at a 31 read. And then let's take this into context of the monthly. Looking at that third expected move, there's a 0.15% probability that Nvidia closes this month at 260.72, and then we were looking at the quarterly as well. So looking at the quarterly here, and the center line of the quarterly distribution at 300. So and there's a 12% probability that this quarter closes out at 180. So definitely looking at Nvidia. And let's see what else. What else is kind of up or down? Let's check some tickers that are down. SunPower, I think they do something with whatever, green electricity or whatever. And then looking at MindMed down. What else? Neo looking down. Let's check. Oh, actually, let's go back to the drivers list, and let's make sure our sort is right. and looking at silver, and silver down, gold down, or is gold down? Yeah, gold's down, and what else? So we can check out silver, and then kind of going back off of that, we can say, okay, let's check out the mutual information associated with gold and silver. And if you want to go check out the preliminary streams towards the end of one of those streams, I'll link to it maybe. We went over what mutual information is all about, and that's kind of the dependence of two distributions. And let's check out gold. So normalized mutual information at 0.25. So looking at this silver chart on the weekly, it explains about point, or it has kind of a weak, just so being able to explain what gold's doing by looking at silver. You can't really explain that much. That metric being from 0 to 1. And the information adjusted correlation at 0.81. So they are correlated fairly heavily, of course, being precious metals, and information adjusted beta at 1.37, which is interesting. So gold moving up 1%, then silver will move up 1.37%. The way that I understand that, and variance is looking like it's headed up towards its mean, towards its EMA, and no doubt. And we'll check out some ohm die here. Not a lot of data here, unfortunately. But this is a weekly, so let me get this back here, and this is on a monthly. And let's check out this right here. So this has been an asset for since March of 21, so for about 10 months here. So that's not really a great categorization of what we're looking at here. So how about we do this on a let's do this on a 3-day here, and then we can put this at 100, right? No, we can't do that at 100. We can do that at 50. And looking like it's hitting that 3-day 12% probability over at 367, and it wicked off of that 12%, or the 12% kind of caught the wick or whatever. And then we can look at kind of the XEM. The XEM has been negative since the 3rd of November. And let me turn off the mutual information. Let's get this over to a daily. Let's get looking at the 6-hour. 6-hour HVP is damn near redlined, and looking at daily HVP with that lower or that higher sample length right there. So looking at that higher sample length. And seeing that at an 8, that means that there could be some more volatility, and then we could put that onto that second HVP right there, and let's see how the EEC is looking on that. So the correlation looks like it's insignificant, and so that's not really telling us much. And then we have 3G, Mom 3G in a state of real. It's really looking negative right there, especially with the ZMA. All the way down at a negative 0.96. This is another metric that's bound by 0 and 1, or actually negative 1 and 1. So yeah, that's definitely interesting. Similarity dropping. Let's go down to a 6-hour, and let's see here. We can even put this for a daily here. Showing you the probabilities of ohm die on a daily. So that was a 2 standard deviation move on the daily here, and looking at that, and this is for a 6-hour. Yep. So if we go back to a daily, we can see that. But yeah, entropy being very high, so the randomness is very high. Definitely watch out for an entropy decrease and if that decrease starts to occur, you can see that how when it turns blue, then you can see how entropy is decreasing. Doesn't mean that it can't go back up and increase, but let's see here. Entropy being negatively correlated, but unfortunately there's that z-score in the middle, and so it's more of an insignificant correlation. And historical volatility rank is also low on OMDI. It's above its kind of moving average right there, and yeah, so looking at that, definitely more on the negative side of things, Marky. But yeah, so let's check out, see if anybody's dropping some symbols here, and let's see here, let's see here. Cool. Yeah, so looking at anything else, VRT going into state of mean reversion. So maybe the fact that looking at this right here, maybe we'll see